What is holding you back from being the person that you want to be? From having the goals and the things that truly matter to you? A lot of people will say that it's the external things. If I had a better education, if I had this job, if I had this money, these cars, this house, if I had the feeling of happiness, if I had this relationship, then I would be where I need to be. I could be the person that I need to be. And what happens is we go about our lives backwards. We think that we need something outside of us to make us feel good, to make us feel different, to make us be different. And when we do that, we're always out of control because something outside of us needs to determine our happiness, needs to determine our success, needs to determine how we feel about ourselves. And I would love to help you to change that equation. My name's Chris O'Hearn, and I created a Affirmation Podcast that I do. I've been doing it for about 3.5 years. It's called the Strong Within Affirmation Podcast. And the reason I created this podcast on affirmations is words literally saved my life. From a young age until 25, I thought about suicide every day. I was depressed, and I didn't think that I could change. And there came a point in my life where I said, there are 3 possibilities of where my life is going to go. The first one is I'm going to commit suicide. I was so unhappy in that there's nothing that I could do to change. This is the way that I was made. This is the way that I was built. God made a mistake in my creation, and I was that mistake. The second possibility was that I was going to be emotionally dead inside. I was going to live for a while, and I'd just be emotionally dead and feel horrible all the time and feel I was worthless and feel that I couldn't change, and this is the way that things are, and I'm out of control because my PTSD, my depression, my suicidal thoughts are in control of me, and I'm not in control of those emotions. Or the third possibility is that if I was willing to try anything, that I could change. And I just had to find what that is. I had to dig that hole so deep to get so low that there was nowhere else to go so that I could start climbing out. And so I asked myself, what do I need to do to change? And this booming, clear voice just said, you need to speak differently. And I believe that was my intuition. I believe when we get silent enough, that voice that's within us, that voice that is always guiding us, that true voice that is already at the place we need to be, we can finally hear it. We can finally understand it. And that voice said, you need to speak differently. And so I didn't know at the time, but I started saying affirmations. And it began changing my life because I started thinking differently. I started speaking differently. I started acting differently, which changed the whole way that I view the world. There's a quote that I love is when we change the way that we look at things, the things that we look at change. And that's what we think. We think we need this external reality to change our lives, but it doesn't work that way. Reality is a small sliver in our mind that we decide how to see the world. We decide how to perceive the world. Instead of seeing a problem as a problem, we see it as an opportunity, as a way to be creative and to challenge ourselves. And I would love to help you to do that. So in this course, it's called the Strong Within Summer Sprint, and it's a goal manifesting course. And it's not about forcing your way to the goals. It's more about aligning yourself up to the goals. It's about looking at your values, your emotions, and the actions that you take towards those things. It's about having consideration and intention towards your day. Because what I see, a lot of us, myself included, we go about our days, we know what we have to do, and we just go about filling in those blank spots, filling in those spots that we need to do. I've got this appointment here, I've got to do this. And the day is dictating and directing our lives instead of us starting the day off and say, who do I want to be? What are the things that I want to do? What are the things that I want to accomplish and create in this day? How can I have consideration and intention for this day? And so what this course is, I've created a planner that's going to help you think about your morning, your afternoon, and then your evening, the routines that you're putting in. Focusing on your core habits, your values, your emotions, your routines, the ways that you speak and act. And so the course will go from June 1st until August 31st. And each week I'm going to assign something new. In the planner, I'm not going to give you the full planner right away. I'm just going to unveil it each week. So you're working through that. And then I'll be assigning something new every week. The planner will have the full planner by the end of the month. I'll have activities that we'll be doing subsequently through this whole thing to be building upon that. I'll be having live calls bi-weekly with you guys. So I'll be bringing new things in, thinking about new things, answering questions for you. I'll be recording them as well if you can't make it. But it's a way to look at your goals differently. It's a way to look at yourself differently. It's a way to become strong within, to see yourself differently. Because as I was talking about, one of the reasons that I didn't reach certain goals is I made it too complex sometimes. I didn't believe that I could do it. But also, I believed that I wasn't there yet. I believed that I had to be somewhat different, and I didn't know how to do that. But there's this thing, and Stephen Covey talks about thinking from the end. And it's really about seeing yourself there already. Because if you can see yourself there already, it's about then aligning yourself up to be that person so you don't have to fight for those goals. Those goals find a way to you. You take down those walls. You take down those barriers that you have put up to keep you safe so that you didn't have to fail, so you wouldn't be ridiculed. And you align yourself up differently because the things that you are seeking you. And so in this course, I would love to help you to think differently, to speak differently, to act differently towards not only your goals, but who you are at your core self, your authentic self, to reveal that person, to work from your values, and to see the external reality differently by seeing the internal reality first, by being so clear on who you want to be and what you want, by having consideration on those things on your day, and then you can be intentional about that. So let me help you to change, not only this summer, not only this year, but your life. This is a chance for you to change. And so I'm going to ask you, how committed are you to that change? Are you one of those people who say, I know change is going to happen. I hope it's going to happen. I know something is going to be different and things will change. But if we have that mentality, we're always going to be a slave to all the things that are coming to us. And we're going to be a slave to our emotions and say, why does this always happen to me? This is just my luck. Or are you going to be a person who's committed to that change, who's committed to aligning yourself up differently by signing up for this course? This course is $97. That's taking out your family 2 times to the movie theaters when they open, or it's taking out your significant other to a nice meal and having drinks and all that stuff. $97 could be the answer to changing your whole direction in the way that you live your life. Wouldn't it be worth it if you took this course and you just began to think differently so that you acted differently? What would that be worth it to you? What would it be worth it to you if you not only thought differently, you acted differently, but you achieved one of the big goals that you've been wanting to achieve, but you didn't think you could? You began writing that book and you published it. You began getting the education or moving towards that job that you want. You began looking at the relationships that you believed would help to manifest you to the places that you want, and you became that person to attract those people to you. What would you pay for that? What would that mean to you? And I believe this course can help you to do those things. But I am not the answer. You are. And that's what I'm going to help you to do. I'm going to direct you, but in the end, you're going to do the work. You are going to start seeing yourself differently, believing in yourself differently, and you are then going to change. So again, click the link below. Join me on this course. We're going to be on it for 3 months, from June 1st, August 31st. I would love to see you change. I would love to see you become strong within. I would love to help you align yourself to your goals, to be the person who is worthy of those goals and the person who is worthy to hold on to those goals. Because anyone can achieve a goal, but are you worthy to hold on to that goal? Are you the person who is worthy to hold on to that goal? And I believe you are. And I would love to show you how you can direct yourself differently. So again, click that link. Join the Strong Within Summer Sprint, and let's go out and be strong within together and change not only the direction of our lives, but change the direction of the world.